South Africa is widely known for its warmth and scenic beauty. Tourism is seen as one industry that cushions the economy. It contributes more than 9% to gross domestic product and supports over 1.4 million jobs. Foreign tourists spend on average 30,000 rands on a trip here.
The tourism sector in South Africa, as in most countries, is labor intensive, and you can create jobs quite quickly and easily. It is relatively less regulated than many other sectors of the economy. It has a very, very intricate and impressive value-added chain. So if a tourist, somebody arrives here from overseas, they have to sleep somewhere, they have to eat something, they have to take some stuff back like T-shirts, hopefully not made in China, and some presents for friends abroad. They have to make phone calls, they have to travel inside South Africa. So there are a multitude of sectors of the economy that benefit from a tourist.
The spectacular 2010 Soccer World Cup fed tourism with a healthy dose of visitors and income. Soon after that, in 2011, growth was static due to the global recession. Between 2012 and 2013, that picked up, but the following year, the number of foreign tourists dipped.
It's been quite a change since the World Cup. The World Cup, we had the highest GDP that we've seen in a while, 3.1%, but also because of our economy not growing at the same rate as our global economy, and also because of the dampening economy due to load shedding, we have seen a decrease in the GDP growth.
The number of African tourists has declined dramatically in the first 4 months of this year by 170,000.
The threats by government to introduce more business-unfriendly legislation. We've seen the threat foreigners may not own property anymore in South Africa. That is quite disastrous as far as I'm concerned, because that in its own, the property ownership, is a huge incentive for tourism in South Africa. The measures to prevent foreign firms from owning more than 50% in shares in certain industries in South Africa, all of these are unnecessary government regulations, not to mention the new visa regulations.
Stringent new visa regulations were implemented last year, and from the beginning of last month, it became compulsory for children to travel with unabridged birth certificates. PwC says although growth patterns are worrying at the moment, there is positive developments to be noted.
Even though a lot of the hotels have said that there has been a downward trend in their bookings and the occupancy levels for forecasting going forward has dropped, we need to keep in mind that there actually is also development happening in the tourism industry. We're seeing foreign players like Marriott and Four Seasons come to South Africa. Tsogo Hotels is currently building a 500-room hotel in Cape Town CBD. Radisson Red is coming to Cape Town, to the Victoria Alfred waterfront. So there is growth in the tourism industry still.
But given the crisis faced by the tourism industry and by extension the economy, government has the unenviable yet critical task of balancing economic growth on the one hand and protecting children from child trafficking on the other. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.